Hey, all you VIP Kid teachers out there. I'm back today with another brand ambassador video. Now, this is part two. My last brand ambassador video focused on VIP Kid for older or retired people. I thought it might be fun to just add a little twist to it and do an interview with one of our VIP Kid teachers. I recently came across a lady who lives in my area and we've become good friends, and she is an older retired teacher, and she has been working for VIP Kid for a while. And so I sat down with her in her classroom and we had some time to talk a little bit about her experience with VIP Kid. So I thought it might be kind of fun for you to hear a little bit about what she has to say about her journey with VIP Kid. So without further ado, please meet my friend Nancy.
So why don't you start off by introducing yourself?
Well, my name is Teacher Nancy, and I've been with VIP Kid for 2 years now, just signed my 5th contract, and I love it. I love it. I teach 6 or 7 classes every morning.
That's a full load.
That is a full load.
Yeah, that's a lot of little kiddos.
It's fun, and it's I'm done usually by 9:30 or 10 in the morning, so I get to pick my hours. Love it.
That's cool. Well, tell me a little bit about just your background, like, you know, your history, your education, what kind of work did you do, that kind of thing.
Well, my major was elementary education, K through 4. And I taught for 35 years.
Whoa.
And I got close to retirement and found out about VIP Kid through some friends that were doing it. And it just sounded like a really good idea for a retired job, a retired person's job. So that's kind of how I learned about it.
So did you start teaching before you were done at your brick and mortar school? Or did you retire and then start working?
I started teaching before I retired from brick and mortar, my brick and mortar school. I taught a couple of classes in the morning, rushed off to school, taught all day,
Wow.
And then did some on Saturday and Sunday. So it was quite the busy schedule for my last year of teaching, full-time teaching, but now I just do VIP Kid.
So how do you feel with your bookings? Do you feel like it's been a challenge for you to get students, or do you feel like you're always booked?
Let's just say I dare not open a spot unless I am ready to teach that spot. I get booked, no problem. My schedule gets filled. In fact, it's probably 2/3 filled before the actual booking time begins. So then there are a few spots that are left, but they get booked. So I have no complaints with the booking.
Oh, so you're already booked then, pretty much.
Yeah.
A lot of them. Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome because
That
you
is.
get that return, right?
Yeah. And so most of my students are regulars. I see them over and over. So you get to know the students.
That's really cool. So tell me, why do you think that you wanted to do this in the first place? I mean, like what made you say, oh, you know, I'm actually going to fill out an application and try to do this?
I think just that it's teaching. I love teaching. And the time is your choice that you teach. You open the slots. You are in total control of your schedule. So that part was very appealing. The money is good. The extra money, or in our case, our retirement help with finances. So.
Yeah, I wondered about that. So that's a good point, because you're retired, but you can kind of add to it with just this little extra job that you're doing.
Yeah,
right?
very definitely. It's a good option.
So what about the rest of your family? Do you feel like it works well with your schedule with grandkids?
We made a big move from Virginia to Michigan, and because of the grandkids, we have 4 grandkids here in Michigan, and so that's the reason we came here. And I brought VIP Kid with me and I knew that when I started VIP Kid that I could take it with me, and that's good too.
This is fun because I'm actually in Nancy's classroom with her, which is crazy that we live a few miles apart, and we're both up at the same time doing this, but this is sitting right here where it gets done every morning, right?
Yeah, for
so
sure.
It's kind of cool, and it's very fun because I got to see all the new things that she's got. This thing, we've got to show you this.
Yeah.
You show.
This is a new edition, and I got this on Amazon, so I guess I'll plug. Watch. Hello.
Hello.
How are you? I'm fine.
So as soon as I saw this thing, I threw it right into my Amazon cart because I'm like, I have to have this in my life.
It's so good. And the kids just, oh, they love it. They love it.
It's so awesome. What's one of your favorite props?
One of my favorite props, one of my go-tos is something very simple. Absolutely. Balloons.
Oh.
And I have a balloon that I blow up to show the kids first. And then they get a balloon.
That is really cool.
And I make it float away.
Aww.
And so I have several colors, as you can see. I've had these for over 2 years now. My balloons. Love it.
Love it.
Love it.
And I like that you blow the balloon up. I'm going to try that.
And then I usually just let the balloon go.
Oh.
And then go, oh. And then start putting the balloons up, and they float up to the
Awesome.
the magnetic board. So
Very, very cool. So we talked about your background and we talked about why you do this. So what's probably one of your pros and cons of VIP Kid? You can just be honest. It's cool.
well, pros, obviously, the schedule. You can set your own schedule. If you need to take a week or two off, not a problem. You just don't open any slots. If you need more money, you open more slots. The cons, I can't think of a whole lot of cons, except if you're not a super morning person, it might take a little adjustment, but once you get into the habit, it's not hard at all. When you see those faces on that screen, and they're just sitting there waiting for you, and they're so excited.
So now I forget now because we've talked about this before. What did you teach when you were in the brick and mortar school?
I taught a variety, all the way from first grade through high school. I started out in elementary, and as the years went on, I took more classes and ended up teaching, don't laugh, ended up teaching high school chemistry.
I thought you were a science teacher
Yeah.
at one point. So do you think, so here you are, if you're a high school science teacher and then you move to, VIP Kid, do you feel like someone with that background, this is still something they could do?
Oh, it's great. It's great because the lessons go from very beginner up to the levels where you're actually teaching science in some of the lessons. So it comes in handy. Yeah,
That's true.
It
I didn't
does.
think about that because there's times when I really have to brush up on my math. Some of those math problems in there.
Yeah. Some of those math problems.
Yeah. But so, and somebody, do you think, I mean, you're an educator and I'm not. So I was a business major and you were an educator. And so my question when I was looking at VIP Kid was, can I do this because I'm not an educator? Do you feel like this is something that someone who isn't an educator could do easily?
I think VIP Kid, they are so awesome giving workshops, giving helps, giving everything that you need. I mean, you go into the portal and you can pick and choose what you feel like you need to work on, and you can either get tips and helps and props and suggestions for rewards. They have everything and every workshop imaginable. So yes, I think somebody without an education background, yes, they could definitely do it.
That's really good advice because I have a lot of people ask me that, and I mean, I do it, but I did do some teaching. I did do some teaching in China, but I have had people ask me, well, I just have a degree in home interiors or in, whatever, science, and they don't know if they can do this. So
Just be willing to smile and talk and speak with the kids and care about the kids.
Yeah.
And look them in the eye and communicate.
So do you think being a grandma helps?
I think it does. Yes, because I look at these little kids and I just am so aware of how they feel at that stage.
Yeah.
And some of them are a little nervous, but and then you can just smile and make them feel right at home. So yes, I think it helps being a grandma and that age. So
Yeah.
it's a good age for us to work.
I
with
just had a
VIP
woman
Kid.
who's 61, and she asked me, can I do VIP KID? What do you think?
Yes. Oh, yes. And in fact, I was just talking to someone last night about it. And she's a little bit younger, not much, but a little bit younger than mine. She's a grandma. And I said, oh, you should do this. I think the parents in some situations, the parents actually like having an older teacher. Experience helps, but just the fact that you're older and you've had all sorts of life experiences and you smile at their child and you love their child even from that distance, I think it's a real help.
Well, I can't even imagine. I mean, you've got this experience in the classroom, so I'm sure that it's got to transfer, greatly into that portal. And that's a cool thing, because I think that's an untapped area for us. A lot of our teachers that are older and that have been teaching for a long time, and they've got all this experience, and then they're done because it's time to be done. You're ready to only work a half a day or whatever,
Right. Yeah.
And this is a good opportunity. So I love that I got to meet Nancy. I got to get more of her story. And so thank you so much for taking the time. I had a blast with Nancy today in her classroom. We even messed around with some digital stuff, and we played around in the portal a little bit, and
we laughed at this guy.
Oh, I cannot wait to get this into my classroom. I'll put the link for that below because you'll all want it when you get done.
For sure.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for
You're
doing
welcome.
this with me, and for the coffee, because
Okay.
VIP Kid teachers, we need coffee, right? So
Yes.
I'm sure you loved her just as much as I do. And I thought it was really great just to hear from someone who is actually doing this job and who has had life experience and education experience. And now she's using it for a great opportunity to just teach these young kids on the other side of the globe. So thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe below and keep an eye out for some next videos coming up. I'd love to hear from you in the comments, and let me know if you have questions about VIP Kid, or if you have questions about further videos. Please feel free to connect with me here. I love talking with our teachers. Thanks so much. Have a great day.